How is it going, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Wolf Around, and it's great to see you here. In this video, I'll show you how to install Comfy UI on Windows using a Docker container. After watching this video, you'll learn how to install Comfy UI in a Docker container, how to enable CPU virtualization in the BIOS, how to install VSL on Windows, and how to set up Docker inside VSL. I'll be sharing all my knowledge with you. Subscribe to the channel, join the pack, you are always welcome here. Without further ado, let's get started. The first step is enabling CPU virtualization in the BIOS. This is the only part I can't give you a step-by-step explanation for, because every BIOS is different and you need to enter your computer's BIOS to enable the CPU virtualization feature. Enabling CPU virtualization is important. It allows us to run VSL and install Docker inside it. Now you are seeing photos of two different BIOS setups. The blue and gray flat design BIOS belongs to my notebook. The red and black fancy looking BIOS belongs to my desktop computer. The key difference is the naming. You'll need to explore your BIOS, find this feature, and enable it. And don't forget to save your changes before exiting the BIOS. After enabling CPU virtualization, go to the search bar on your taskbar and search for Turn Windows Features On or Off. In that menu, scroll down and enable the following options if they are not already enabled: Windows Subsystem for Linux, Virtual Machine Platform. Click the OK button. Wait for the changes to apply. Then click Restart button. After your computer restarts, open a terminal and type VSL, then hit enter. You will see a notification saying that VSL will be updated. Press any key to trigger the update immediately. This will install the latest version of VSL. If you see a notification saying Windows Subsystem for Linux has been installed, then the installation was successful. Now, I'll switch to my main computer to show you how to install a VSL distribution and Docker inside it. Since I've already installed VSL on my main computer, I used my notebook to show you the VSL installation process. Now I switch to my main computer. First, I'll run VSL without any arguments. As you can see, there is no VSL distribution installed. Type this command to see available distributions. I'll install Debian. Type this command to download and install it. After the download and installation, it will prompt you to enter a username for VSL. I'll enter Comfy VSL. Next, it will prompt you to enter a password. It won't display anything while you type, so make sure you type it correctly. You'll need this password for the next steps. After entering your password, the VSL Debian installation is complete. Now the first thing you should do is check GPU access in the VSL by typing NVIDIA SMI. If you don't see monitoring results in a table like this, it means there is a communication problem between VSL and your hardware. Make sure your NVIDIA driver isn't outdated. It doesn't have to be the latest, but it shouldn't be very old either. If NVIDIA SMI doesn't work for you, you'll need to solve that issue before continuing. Otherwise, the rest of the steps won't work. Unfortunately, I don't have an AMD GPU, so I won't be covering AMD specific setup in this tutorial. I also don't know if accessing AMD GPUs from VSL is this straightforward. Type this command to update the package index and install updates. Since VSL is running a Linux distribution, keeping the package index updated allows us to install tools and applications needed later in this video. Now let's go to the Docker's official website and follow the installation instructions. There are a bunch of commands to run. Let's create a base script to execute all of them automatically. I'll use Nano to create the script file. Nano is a text editor in the terminal, a common tool in Linux. I'll name the script install docker script.sh, but you can name it whatever you like. Now copy the commands I'm copying from the guide. Paste the content into the terminal by right-clicking. Add an empty line between commands. When you are done, press Ctrl S to save and Ctrl X to exit. Now run the script with this command. It will ask for your confirmation a few times during the installation. Type Y to approve each step. Once the installation is complete, use this command. If you see this output on the terminal, the installation was successful. Now let's learn some Docker basics. Understanding how to manage Docker images and create containers is crucial for running ConfigUI inside Docker. Type this command to list install Docker images. The run command in Docker uses images. If the image isn't available locally, Docker downloads it automatically. When we ran that command, it downloaded a test image called Hello World. Now let's download a Debian image explicitly. Use this command. As you can see, the Debian image is now listed. Next, I'll run this command 3 times and exit each time. In the last one, I'll use name argument to name it my container. You can list all existing containers with this command. As you can see, running the command 3 times created 3 containers from the Debian image. Docker auto-generates names for the first 2. The third one uses the name I provided. Each time you use run command, it creates a new container. To avoid this, use the start command to run an existing container. All of these containers are currently stopped, but you can stop a running container using one of these commands. Lastly, let's delete all these containers using the rm command. Before installing ConfigUI inside Docker, we need to install the NVIDIA Container Toolkit. VSL can communicate directly with your NVIDIA GPU. However, Docker containers inside VSL cannot communicate with your GPU by default. To enable GPU support inside a Docker container, we must install the NVIDIA Container Toolkit. Let's head over to the NVIDIA's official guide website. There are a lot of commands here, so let's again create a bash script to automatically run them. I'll use nano again. We need to install a package called GNU-PG, which is required during the installation process. So we'll add that command to beginning of the script. Now copy the commands I'm copying from the guide and paste them into the terminal by right-clicking. After copying the last part, press Ctrl S to save, then Ctrl X to exit. Now run the script using this command. It will prompt you to approve the installation. Type Y to approve it. Once the installation is complete, use this command to restart Docker, so it can detect the NVIDIA Container Toolkit. Now let's create a Docker container where we will install ComfyUI. We'll use the run command with additional arguments for GPU access and port mapping. We need to map a port so we can access ComfyUI from Windows side. Without port mapping, even if you install and run ComfyUI, you won't be able to use it. Use the command you see on the screen. The GPU's argument enables GPU access, and the P flag enables port mapping. Notice that I'm mapping port 8188, which is the default port for ComfyUI. Now let me exit the container and run it again using the start command, as I showed earlier in this video. The first thing to do inside the Docker container is update package index. Use this command. Next, we need Python to run ComfyUI. Check if Python is installed by typing this command. It's not installed. Use this command to install Python. Now check the version again. It says 3.11.2. This version number is important because ComfyUI depends on PyTorch, and PyTorch supports only certain versions of Python. As the date I'm recording this video, PyTorch supports versions 3.9 to 3.12, so version 3.11.2 is compatible with it. If the apt repository didn't offer a compatible version, we would have had to compile Python from its source code. If you'd like to learn how to compile any version of Python from its source code, you can check out my other video linked in the description. Now let's install Git, which we will use to download ComfyUI. Use this command. Next, head over to the ComfyUI GitHub page copy the repository link and download it with this command. Use ls command to list files and directories. Enter the ComfyUI directory with this command. Use ls again. You should see a file called requirements.txt. We'll edit it, but first, install Nano inside this container with this command. Now open requirements.txt file with Nano. Delete these lines: Torch, Torch SDA, Torch Vision, Torch Audio. Then press Ctrl S to save and Ctrl X to exit. We are doing this because we want to install PyTorch with CUDA support. Without it, GPU acceleration won't work and generating even a single image will take forever. Image generation models require a GPU to be usable in practice. Naturally, your GPU also needs enough VRAM to load the models. I'll go over those memory constraints in a future video. Next, we'll create a Python virtual environment. Use this command. This virtual environment is just a way to keep your Python packages isolated. It's not actually a virtual machine or something like that. On Linux, some packages must be installed inside a virtual environment. They can't be installed globally. To activate the virtual environment, use this command. Now we can begin installing dependencies. Use this command to install type-in extensions. Now head over to the PyTorch Getting Started website. Make sure the orange boxes on the website match what you see in this video. You can change the CUDA version if needed, but for VSL installation, leave the other boxes as they are. Copy the command shown on the PyTorch website and paste it into your terminal. Hit enter. This will install the CUDA-enabled PyTorch package. The download will take some time. I have sped it up in the video editing. Now install Torch SDA with this command. Then install the remaining dependencies with this command. Now let's launch ComfyUI. Type this command. If you are seeing this output, ComfyUI is running. To access it from your browser, you need to find VSL's IP address. Open another terminal and type these two commands. Try the IP addresses I highlighted in green color in the video, one by one. I'll start from the last one. Okay, The first one turned out to be correct. The installation was successful. I'm a software engineer specializing in AI inference. In the upcoming videos, I'll show you how to export the Docker container we have created, how to import image generation models into it. Stay tuned, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.